Hey, what is going on, fools of YouTube? You got AJayPay. I'm bringing you a very old Yu-Yu match from probably like 5 months ago. You may be thinking, oh, it's an old battle, so it must be pretty bad. No, quite the opposite. This battle is actually pretty damn good. The reason why I'm uploading this now as opposed to like 5 months ago, well actually it's probably like 3 months ago because I had this in May. I actually tried to upload this to the GTS channel. However, they haven't gotten around to it, and at this point, I think I just got skipped or something, because I'm subscribed to the GTS, so I watch like each of their videos and stuff. At one point, one of the guys that got uploaded was talking about Pokemon X and Y news that happened after this battle, so I'm assuming that I got skipped in line. So at this point, I don't think I'm even gonna get an upload there with this battle, at least. Because I already sent this battle to him twice, so I don't think I'm gonna get it. So I might as well just upload it now to this channel. So it's a very old match. I do remember a lot about this match. I don't remember why I made this team in general, other than I guess Choice Band and Hansko, because it kind of has some good team synergy. But I'm playing against a pretty experienced player, TheFlawlessWin. His channel link will be in the description below, so you should go ahead and check him out. And also, I'm going to leave down below a playlist of our new series of LP that's happening on this channel, Pokemon Platinum Dual Nuzlocke Randomizer, that I'm doing with Corey, so you guys should definitely check that out. It's a very big hit. So I'm just going to start the battle now. So TheFlawlessWin is going to lead off with a Swampert. I'm going to lead up with my Special Victini. And you think this is a bad matchup, but like I said, I'm a Special Victini with Grass Knot. So this is actually a pretty good matchup for me. People usually, I think I'm Choice Scarf and going for the U-turn. However, though, he has a gut feeling that I'm special. That's why he switches to the Yanmega and predicts my Grass Knot perfectly. I don't know how he predicted that, but he said it was based off a gut feeling, and I just could not believe that. So I know for a fact he's an experienced player now, so I gotta play a bit smarter. So I knew he'd probably switch out to the Snorlax, but I was thinking a blue flare might possibly burn him, and it doesn't. And I'm relying a bit too much on hacks, and as you're gonna see during this game, I rely a bit too much on hacks. But now I'm thinking he's going to predict my switch into Cobalion to counter his Snorlax, and he's going to double switch into Cobalion, to Darmanitan. I stay in, go for the Focus Blast to hit this thing pretty hard. Even if he did stay in, a Focus Blast would still be a 2-hit KO either way, but I'd be damaged. But luckily I get that prediction right. And then I get another prediction right here, sort of. I knew he'd U-turn. I just didn't think he'd U-turn back into Snorlax, because I thought that'd be pretty obvious, because a Focus Blast is a 2-hit KO from that range. However, Snorlax is one, very special defensive, and two, is also Focus Blast is Focus Miss as well, so I could have potentially missed, and I guess he may have been relying on that as well. As I went for the blue flare thinking Snorlax wouldn't come in, but now I make a stupid play here. I stay in, go for the Focus Blast. Knowing for a fact this wouldn't kill, I still stay in stupidly enough for some goddamn reason, and I lose my Victini stupidly when I could have used him later, considering he's one of the few pokes that could potentially take out Yanmega, and Yanmega is such a big threat to my team, as you're going to see later. Gonna go to Cobalion now. I know he's probably going to switch into Hitmontop to get the Intimidate drop on me, and it's also defensive, you know, it can take physical hits pretty damn well. So I decided to go for a Toxic, because I have to wear this thing down, considering I just lost my Victini. And also, while Blastoise could potentially be a good matchup with this, my Blastoise would have been Toxicated and worn down, and I need it as healthy as possible against the Darmanitan, because that's my Darmanitan check. So I go for the full switch, knowing full well that he's probably going to go for a close combat. As he does go for the close combat, it's not going to be doing that much. I'm still at a pretty good amount of health where I can take hits from a Darmanitan, and since he's not Choice Banded as well, as we saw earlier that he's Choice Scarf because he outspent my Victini, I should be able to take hits pretty well. But now, I'm assuming he's going to switch out into his Roserade, but just in case if he doesn't and he switches out to something else or does something different, I go for the Roar. Mainly, I wanted to see what he'd want to do against my Blastoise, and initially he wants to switch in Roserade, because Roserade can probably live an Ice Beam from me anyways. As Darmanitan comes in, I'm pretty sure he's just going to U-turn this turn. There's no reason for him to stay in, there's no reason for him to hard switch, and he's probably going to switch to Roserade. And once again, rather than going for the Ice Beam, I rely on hacks and go for the Scald, hoping for a burn. Unfortunately, I don't get it, and it's pretty stupid because obviously Roserade has a Natural Cure ability anyways. Why would I do that? That's so dumb of me. I guess I just want to residual damage. But I go into my Hansko predicting him to predict my switch and going for the Sleep Powder. He misses though, but it doesn't matter because I actually carry Insomnia over on this Hansko over Moxie. And the reason being is because I'm a Choice Banded Hansko, and basically this Choice Banded Hansko lures out the bulky walls and hits it with a Choice Banded Brave Bird, because most of them get 2-hit KO'd, like this Swampert for example. Even if the Swampert was max defense, bold nature, it's an easy 2-hit KO on this Swampert, and these walls are usually slower than my Honchkrow, and when they switch into Brave Bird, it's an easy 2-hit KO like I said, and I knock it out easily. Roserade comes in now. I'm pretty sure at this point this Roserade is offensive in some shape or form considering the way he switches it in. So I'm thinking he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb this turn. Even if he predicts my switch and goes for the Sleep Powder, I trace the Natural Cure and I can switch it out and wake up basically. So he goes for a Sludge Bomb. It doesn't do that much, so I'm thinking, alright, I'm safe to stay in here. As he hits the Sleep Powder, that's completely fine again. Kind of not fine actually, because Porygon 2, while asleep, still has his eyes open. That's hella creepy, and I completely forgot these Roserades can carry Leech Storm. And that's going to easily knock out my Rubber D. I'm not safe anymore because I don't got the Rubber D on anymore. Because Pink is kicking my ass. I'm going to go to Honchkrow considering that he got the special attack drop. As he's going to hit me with a Sludge Bomb. I actually barely take this. I thought I'd take this way better. That's why I went for the Brave Bird just in case if he went out to switch out to something else to sack it. But either way, luckily I do live. I knock out the Roserade, but the bad part is my Honchkrow dies because I went for Brave Bird. I definitely should have went for a Choice Banded Drill pick instead. Darmanitan comes in. It should have been very obvious that it was coming in because on the double down you want to switch in your Scarfer. As I switch in Cobalion for some stupid reason. So I decided to switch into my Blastoise now because if you take any hit for the Darmanitan, it's my Darmanitan check like I've been saying constant times in this whole battle. As you're going to see a very common matchup in this game, which is Blastoise versus Hitmontop. One thing I definitely do not really want, I don't want this Blastoise Toxicity. And also at this point, I kind of realized, I looked at his team, he still has Yanmega, and I realized I don't have anything to take on Yanmega. The only thing I get hit hard with is with a move that I have with my Virizion. But I'm going to have to bait it out with a switch, and this is the perfect opportunity, because I know he's going to go for a Close Combat, or a Toxic, but I'm assuming Close Combat. He goes for it, and he's going to get the drop, so he's going to be forced to switch out, because he's going to fear that this Hitmontop is going to die, and he knows he needs this Hitmontop, because it's keeping me away from setting up Rocks. And I know it's going to bait out the Yanmega as well, because I'm 4 times weak against any, like, flying attack like Air Slash or anything. So I'm going to predict him to switch into Yanmega now, and I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Rock. And luckily enough for me, this Yanmega comes in, gets smacked in the face with a Hidden Power Rock, and this Yanmega is now bowing down to me as it goes down, and this big threat is out of the raid. The crit doesn't matter no matter how special defensive you are. I am a special attacking Virizion. Let's go. My like 30% chance of winning went from a 30% chance to a 70% chance. I worded that really wrong, but I don't care. I over-predicted here. I thought he was going to go for U-turn, but as humans we like to change our minds, and I should have predicted him going for a Flare Blitz as opposed to the U-turn. So that's one prediction I definitely should have predicted. But now this is the ultimate face-off between Blastoise and Hitmontop. I'm thinking now it's time for us to settle this score, to see who is the better wall, the better rapid spinner in general. As my Blastoise is pretty much winning this, but the only problem is my Blastoise is being worn down with this Toxic. However though, I didn't think this is actually a pretty good play for him, because Toxic's not going to weaken me too much considering I'm going to switch out soon. He definitely should have went for Close Combat and then Sucker Punch. I would have been at a lower amount of health, and then Darmanitan or something else could have eventually just taken me out at some point in time. Easier, at least. Darmanitan comes back in. I make a stupid play here. I thought he went to Darmanitan because he was going to predict me to go to Cobalion and Flare Blitz me. But he makes the obvious play and goes for U-turn. If I had the 2 balls just to go to swing for the fences and double switch into my Cobalion, this match would be over because I just knocked this thing out with a Close Combat, and then Blastoise can take hits from Darmanitan. I'd win from there. Now I might potentially lose because this thing could potentially have Earthquake, and then I'm just hoping at this point he's just gonna knock me out. I just hoping this Scald doesn't burn him and knocks him out. Luckily, I'm not getting any good hacks today, which is finally good for once, and he knocks me out with a Body Slam. But now I only have Cobalion left against his Snorlax and his Darmanitan. But the thing is, I have one move to completely just destroy this thing, considering I don't think he has Earthquake. And that move is Stealth Rocks, because now if Darmanitan comes in, it dies. And then Snorlax can't kill me unless if it has Earthquake, but it doesn't considering he just attacked me with Body Slam. So at this point, he knows he can't win, so he is just basically going to run. And this is going to be a 2-1 victory from him winning. Basically a 1-0 victory on my part. As we're just going to go to the key play of the battle. The number 1 key play of the battle was without a doubt baiting out that huge threat of a Yanmega. Because if I had not baited it out and taken it out successfully, that thing would have swept my team at that point in time. And also weakening that Darmanitan with 1 Focus Blast, because that basically weakened him down to the point where Stealth Rocks would take him out. As we're just going to go to the mistakes of the battle as well. One of the mistakes was losing Victini a bit too early, It definitely could have wrecked more train on his team. And also, towards the end of the game, not pulling a double switch right here into my Kabalion, because I could have potentially lost if Snorlax was more offensive with Earthquake. But regardless, that was still a very good game, Flawless Win. It was one of the best matchups I had in this year, I believe. I'd rank it in my top 5. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Make sure to check out the Q&A, which should be out, I think, after this video. Probably after this video. And also check out the Pokemon Platinum Dual Nuzlocke Randomizer as well. It just started yesterday, so a playlist will be down below. There will only be one episode, but the second episode will be up tomorrow. And that about does it for me, guys. So like if you like, comment if you like, and subscribe if you like. And I'll see you fools later.